Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Sam Dever Podcast, episode 65. In this episode, I speak with Kyle McJimpson. Kyle is someone I met here in Los Angeles through social circles, and he's also an RN. So it was a very interesting conversation to hear about his experiences in the medical field, and just had great conversation from there. The book of the episode is going to be one that I'm almost done with. It is called Still the Mind, An Introduction to Meditation by Alan Watts. I've always been a huge fan of Alan Watts' lectures that I find on YouTube. So to read a book of his has actually been pretty amazing. I thought I was going to be reading some of the same concepts I've heard before, but he actually has a different perspective on meditation and the mind and consciousness that I hadn't heard yet. So again, it's Still the Mind, An Introduction to Meditation by Alan Watts. If you want to follow this podcast by listening, be sure to follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you want to watch the podcast, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/@thesamdeverpodcast. Without further ado, here's my conversation with Kyle. Kyle McJimpson, welcome to the Sam Dever Podcast.
Cool. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, man. No, I'm glad we got to do this, man. I know we've been talking about it for a few months, and
yeah. I mean, we met it like a long time ago already. So
that is crazy. Yeah, we did. Yeah. I mean, shoot, it's been
like a year
and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and your ankle was still recovering. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had the foot brace and all that.
Yeah, from the hiking trip.
Yeah, no, and no, it is crazy because like I was saying, I was talking to Laura not too long ago, and it was just like we're talking about some events, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, I was 4 or 5 months ago. I'm like, no, that was a year.
I know. It feels like like yesterday or something. Yeah, that's definitely true though.
Yeah, and it's been good. Some backstory. Like, so our significant others are part of a social group, and I attended, and you were there. Some other guys, so it's like you guys were the ones I got to talk to at the events and stuff. I always had really good conversations with you, man.
Yeah. I was like talking to you too. It was like really some easy conversation.
Yeah. So I was like, when it came to the podcast, I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But when you showed me the apartment that you live at has a podcast room now.
I know. That was I know, because we got an email from the election halls. They're like, here's some new amenities, and there's like a whole list of them. There was at least like 10 plus new amenities, and one of them was the podcast room.
What else did they have?
They have a private dining area, so you can, if you want to bring your family or something, you can have your own like big table and like kitchen and stuff for your family. Yeah. And then there's a conference room, so if you want to have like a meeting, I don't know. But there's that. What else is there? Oh, they added a new speakeasy. I don't know. Remember? Have you been to the first one?
Is that the one that Devin's party was at?
Yeah. There's that one. Yeah. And then they added a new one in our building.
Oh, so you have one in your building too?
Yeah. So you don't have to walk too much, but they haven't opened it yet. So they're doing like a grand opening on the 22nd. So they're gonna invite like the residents, have drinks, like free drinks, food, and they're like, here's a new.
I tell you what, like after experiencing where you live and like the amenities they got. Most places out here, what they charge for rent, I'm like, you can forget it. Like, don't even, and like their amenities are like a small workout room.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe like some pool that has 3 chairs outside or something. But when I go to where you're at, it's like, okay, this is a place that's justifiable.
Yeah.
For when they say they got amenities, not only do you have amenities, but you're next to this huge shopping complex. Like we were talking before we got rolling, the Trader Joe's.
The Trader Joe's.
Bunch of like restaurants. Yeah. Movie theater.
They have a Nordstrom rack.
They have the Nordstrom.
Yeah. And they're also opening a 5 Minute Below. Have you heard
they're opening a 5 Below too? Oh my gosh.
So it's a
you never have to leave.
Exactly, yeah. It's its own little bubble.
I'm sure they'll get like a dry cleaner or something, maybe.
Oh, that's
something
true.
There,
yeah.
Have a dry cleaner.
That's true. They have a salon so they can cut your hair and stuff.
There's a hair salon?
There's a hair salon, yeah. So it's like a little city, yeah.
And like I told you, like when we were going to Devin's party at that speakeasy, we got lost. We ended up on some floor with one of the pools. And I'm not kidding. Like this place looked like Encore Beach Club.
Yeah.
Like it looked like I felt like I was at the Wynn.
Yeah,
there were going to be blackjack tables and
yeah, exactly.
all
the
around.
Cigarette smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what is this place? If there's a better place in LA, I maybe there is, but I don't know, man. Not at least in the Valley. I'm just like,
especially in the Valley,
in North Hollywood, where
North
it's
Hollywood,
just like I don't think it's the cream of the crop,
right? Especially how much they charge for rent, and then for what you get. Because there's also like places that have like a similar rent price, and then there's like another one like close to Alexin, but they don't have any amenities though. Yeah. So it's not as new. It's a little older. Maybe the only good thing is that you're like in downtown or something. But
well, that's another thing too. Is like your hotel. But this is kind of like Venetian or Palazzo, like real spaced out. Like you said, it was quiet.
Right.
In a place like that.
And sometimes like it depends on your neighbors, I guess. But our top neighbor is okay. I think it's a female, but you can hear her like walking with heels sometimes, and you can hear like close like slam the door on top. But that's pretty much it. It's like once in a while, not that common.
I feel like I just did an ad for the election.
I know, right? Get a sponsor now.
No, I guess I'll wrap by just saying like, I'm like out of all the like, because you'll go look at places for rent in LA, and you're just like, you're just out of your mind. Like who, and obviously people pay it, but it's like, who's going to pay that
exactly
for that?
Yeah, I know.
But when I go to where you're at, it's like, okay, it's not going to be cheap, but that's worth it.
It makes sense. Yeah.
It makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of bang for my buck. When I saw the gym, it was like better than a lot of gyms I've been in.
Yeah,
like the equipment was all brand new.
Yeah. And there's even a 24-hour fitness like across it, but it's still like not even. They have to worry about the people, but this one is like
right.
There's like rarely any people. It's like 1 or 2 people there.
Yeah,
max. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean,
so if you're looking for a nice spot in North Hollywood,
there you go. Yeah. Look for Alexin. Put my name so that way I can get my rent can go down a little bit.
Oh, you get a referral code?
Yeah, you get a referral, yeah.
All right, well, here we go. I think we have our first ever, I guess, collaboration unofficially.
There you go, yeah.
So, Kyle McJimpson, tell him that he sent you at the Alexin in North Hollywood.
Yes, exactly.
And, you get a little discount on the rent there.
Yeah, and then let me know if you guys went, and then I'll see you there. Yeah.
So before the election, let's take it back.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you grew up out here.
Yes. So I was born in Glendale. I was born in Glendale. And then from there, I went with my mom, and then we lived in close to downtown. I don't remember the street, but it's kind of close to Sunset, around that area. This was like the 95, 96 time. Yeah, and from there I grew up, and then I grew up with my grandma and grandpa and my mom mostly, and they're Filipino, so yeah, and that's where I picked up most of my Tagalog, and I was able to understand, but I'm able to speak a little bit words, but not that much.
Yeah, do they all come from the Philippines?
Yeah. My mom was from Manila. My mom is from Manila, and my grandma and grandpa is also from Manila. Then my dad is born out here in Inglewood, close to Inglewood area. Yeah, then I still talk to him sometimes, but not as much. Yeah. Maybe because I got older, but yeah. And
then so you were in the Sunset area to how long? How long did you live in that area for?
I think until I was in 3rd grade, 4th grade.
Now you're talking you said it was close to downtown, so with that I'm still not as familiar with that area. Is that outside Hollywood?
It is outside Hollywood. It wasn't close to Hollywood, but it was close to Sunset Boulevard.
Okay.
Around that area. Yeah. I don't really remember. I don't remember the apartment that much.
And then from there, where did you move from there?
From there, we went to Granada Hills.
Oh, and then you're in Granada Hills.
In the valley. So from there, that's pretty much where I grew up 20-something years already. So
yeah. So you're a valley guy at heart.
Yeah. I love the valley.
What was that like growing up in the valley? Because it seems like to me, when I met you and was talking about, I was just fascinated with it, just because I've lived in the valley the whole time since I moved out here, and I to me the valley's energy is just, yes, it's busy, there's a lot of people, but it's nothing compared to over the hill,
no,
Central LA. No disrespect to Beverly Hills and those areas, but geez, man, when I'm driving down there, it's every man for himself.
Yeah.
It's parking's limited. Where the valley, I feel like I can breathe again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what it is. Because when we're driving, when I do home health on the side, when I drive there, it's to go 2 miles, it's 40 minutes. And then, then from in the valley, you can pretty much get anywhere. There's not much traffic. There is traffic, but not compared to LA. Yeah,
No.
I think that's the main thing. And then the weather is a little better there. Because in LA, it's a little cooler. It never gets past like 80, 90. It never gets colder than 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the valley, it gets up to like hundreds or so, and it goes down to like 30. So you pretty much get everything in between.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And then like, I'm always curious too, because I come from a town in the Midwest,
Right.
a town of 14,000 people.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's very, our idea of going to the big city, there was another city next to us called Peoria. And I was from a town called Canton, and Peoria is like 100 and some thousand people. Whereas when I moved out here, it's like you have like a Peoria here, like a Glendale,
right,
Burbank, Sherman Oaks, Tarzan. All of these people have 100,000 people.
Exactly, yeah.
in it. So it's like, I guess, what was it like going through school and growing up in the valley? Like,
let's see. Well, I mean, I remember my elementary school was only like 1 or 2 blocks away. Sometimes I'll walk with my mom to elementary school, but I see what you're saying, because in those smaller towns, you usually run into somebody outside of the school
all the time.
Yeah, this one like
everyone knows everyone.
Exactly, but here you probably run into someone probably like once every year or something. Not even that, probably less often than that. But that's pretty much like the main thing. Like you don't really see anybody outside of school. Yeah, but like you don't really bump into somebody that everyone's more into their own bubble. Like their own awareness is like into themselves. Like they don't really say hi to people, but
that's interesting. People are just kind of in their own world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Was there like a lot of social groups in your high school? Or were you involved in like extracurricular activities of any kind? Or
I mean, when I was in high school, I did mostly ROTC.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, on the side, but it was okay. Maybe during that, I don't think I would have done it again if I went back. But
why is that?
No, just because I would try something else. Probably
try something different.
Yeah, probably like football or something. But everyone has their like own little cliques and stuff. Like there's like like an art. People who are into art, the group, and then people who are like the sports and stuff. Yeah,
and then it is so cliquey.
Yeah, cliquey. Yeah,
even I mean. When I guess even where I was from, maybe even more so, because it's like that's all we had.
Yeah,
like where it's like if you're in like a city like especially LA. I mean, you're growing up around, you can go do anything.
Exactly.
Any concert, any museum,
right?
Any like outdoors thing is available to you.
Exactly. They did rate the number one state, the funnest state in the United States. It's California.
Really? Is that recent?
It's recent. It was like a month ago or 2 months ago. Yeah,
I believe that, man. I mean, because really, we got all the amusement parks,
right?
We got Six Flags, Disneyland.
Disneyland. Yeah.
I got distracted because I was thinking of Knott's Berry Farm.
And then Universal.
Universal right down the road here, and then you have SeaWorld, Legoland,
yeah,
like all that down in San Diego. So I could, and then all the national parks.
Exactly, yeah. Or if it has something for everything. Like if someone wants to go clubbing, there's a club area.
Yeah.
Someone wants to go to a book club, there's a book club area. And there's like different things to do. So it's always something for everybody.
And that's probably one of my favorite things about this place is like there really is something for everybody.
Yeah.
And no one really judges it. Like, it's like if whatever you're into, you're into.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like people are cool with it. And and I think that's part of the reason it's like, part of me, like, do I want to live here long term? But then it's like, but I like having stuff available to me, even if I'm not going to use it.
That's true, yeah.
I like just the idea.
Yeah, like it's there somewhere. Yeah.
So, okay, you went through high school, Granada. That's a nice area, by the way, Granada Hills. I like that area up there. So what happens next? You go to school, college?
Yeah, I went to school, college, and then I went to College of the Canyons in Santa Clarita.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay, yeah. And I got my GEs there, regular prerequisite classes like English, math, and stuff.
Yeah.
Then I also got my prerequisites for nursing school there too. And then I transferred to West Coast University, and that's where
where's that at?
Right here in North Hollywood.
That's in North Hollywood?
Yeah, right there by the 170 exit on Victory.
There's a college right there?
Yeah. You know where the Wells Fargo building?
Yeah, I know exactly where that's
right
at.
in front of it.
Oh, really? It's right there?
Yeah.
I learn something new every day.
Yeah, it's a nursing school. It's a BSN school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where I went.
So you went there, and how long was that process?
There was probably 2 years or so. Yeah, 2 years. I took a long time in community college. I was doing like 1 or 2 classes here for GEs.
Because you were working too at the same time.
I was working,
probably.
yeah. I was doing during that time, I was doing McDonald's at that time. Yeah, I was working at McDonald's, and then I worked there for like a year, 2 years, and then I worked at a medical transport agency. So like they transport patients from hospitals to houses. Yeah. Then from there I did then I went straight to RN school. And that was it, yeah.
Did you always know you wanted to be an RN?
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, maybe when I was younger, not really. I think I would have done like engineering or something, but I don't know. I like the, helping people and stuff, and then the fact that there's always a job, and security is better, yeah.
That's one thing like I always heard from the classmates that were going into nursing, like you're always going to have a job, like guaranteed.
Exactly, yeah.
Even like there's the traveling nurse. Nurses. I've met some of them before. They'll work a place for a month and then go somewhere else for a month or however long
whatever the contract is.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'll go to like different states, and then they'll stay there for 1 or 2 months. They'll pay them a good amount. And then they'll even pay for rent. So the only thing you're paying for is food in this.
Yeah.
And they pay for your flight or whatever transport you needed to
travel.
Get there. Exactly, yeah.
Sounds like a pretty good deal.
No, yeah. And even during COVID, it was pretty crazy for us during that time.
Yeah, take me through that. Like, what was that like?
Yeah, because during that time when 2020, when COVID started coming in, nurses started leaving hospitals. They started getting sick. So they started recruiting nurses, and these hospitals do like in initiatives of like really high prices of like sign-on bonus of 20,000.
Wow.
Yeah, just for signing on, and then from there you get paid like 10,000 a week. Yeah. So the
10,000 a week.
Yeah.
Was this like in the hospitals?
In the hospitals, yeah.
But I guess that's the front line of the front line.
That's the thing, yeah. Like a high risk but high reward, but
10,000 a week.
Yeah, because they were like really desperate. People weren't coming anymore. People were leaving.
Which you can't blame. I mean,
yeah.
That's one thing. I want to hear more about that time too. But like I told you about my leg injury.
Oh yeah,
man. Like it takes a special person to be a nurse, man.
Right.
And like, and when you're in that position of vulnerability and need, I mean, they're angels, man. They really are.
Yeah, because usually if they're in the hospital, that's like their worst time of their life.
Yeah.
They're not doing good that time. So
yeah, it's like can be the scariest time of your life.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Like it's like. Yeah. Sometimes even if going in, I'm going in for a surgery or something, but they're still right there.
Yeah.
Right when you, I remember with my leg surgeries, like I was just so worried.
Were you nervous and stuff?
Yo, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For my major one I had, it was arguably the most nervous I had ever been in my life because it was a 5-hour surgery. That was the most part I was nervous about. The actual thing that was getting done on the leg wasn't as much. It was the fact that I was going to be under for that long.
Right.
And I'm like, man, that's a long time to be under. Yeah. Things happen and blah, blah, blah. But you got the anesthesiologist, the nurses, they know what they're doing.
Exactly, yeah.
And I remember on my last count, I won't go too far on this, but I remember on the countdown, it's like, I think I can fight this. 9, 8, I'm still awake. And the next thing you know,
you close your eyes. You're like,
I open them and like, hey, everything went well. Yeah.
Did it go by quick? It was like 5 seconds. Like it felt like
it's like a dream. It honestly was like and I can't remember if I had dreams. I think I had a couple maybe.
Right.
But again, you wake up to the nurses. You're
exactly.
In the you begin with them when you go to get prepped. They're with you leading up to the surgery room. Then the doctor comes in and all that. And it's actually a very interesting process.
Yeah. There's a long process.
And that's actually something like I tried to take in as much as possible.
Yeah.
On my last one, it was like, okay, this is like the doctor comes in. It's like the big show.
Right. Yeah.
They got the stuff on the whiteboard.
Right.
Maybe there might be some people watching that are going to watch and learn how to do it. And,
did they mark your ankle?
Oh yeah.
Like with like a happy face or something? Yeah.
I think they did do a happy face.
Yeah. That's usually what they do. Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But then I wake up and the nurses are right there, and they're there for whatever you need, and they're there with you. And I have to. There was one, I do not know her name, at Burbank Hospital.
Okay.
This is when I was leaving to come here to this apartment 2 or 3 days after my injury. And this is where COVID was picking up, and
it was COVID time, huh?
Yeah, it was
when you had surgery.
Not surgery. When I had the initial, I jumped backwards.
Okay.
But I remember the specific nurse, like, because I didn't know what was to do. Like, my parents were far. COVID travel was restricted, and I could just tell that she felt for me, and like she did as much as she could to prepare me. Like gave me extra hospital socks and bandages, and make sure I had everything I needed to leave. And I just always remember. I'll never forget that.
And like toothbrushes and stuff.
Yeah,
just toothpaste. Yeah,
just and like here's the number to call if XYZ. So I guess I say all that to say, man, like, it's great for you to do that, man, and take that path. And is there a particular area of nursing that you're specializing in, or
right now we do mostly it's med surg slash tele. So pretty much med surg is pretty much everything that before they go home or before they go to the hospital surgery, and then also tele is pretty much they're on a monitor, so pretty much there's a heart monitor on them, and then it goes to a wireless transmitter thing, and it goes to a computer which someone watches the heart rates all the time, making sure no one has like a heart attack or anything. Or
is this during the surgery, or is this just monitoring?
No, just monitoring.
Oh, interesting.
So anything that has heart related, we put them on a heart monitor. Like even if they have just high blood pressure, they put it on them just in case they don't get like a stroke or something, And
then, so are you with people before surgery?
Yeah.
So you're with them after. So you're
Yeah, because I remember after a little bit, not too much, but before, usually, we get him ready. We had one the other day that was getting, what was he getting done? Oh, he was trying to get his mandible fixed, because I guess he went to the dentist, and then they did some kind of, cleaning. It was just a deep cleaning. I guess they cut his gum, and then it got infected, and he went down to his jawbone, and then he ended up having to go in the hospital, and then they have to put him on antibiotics, and then he had to do a surgery on him, like actually cut open his skin and get to the jawbone. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Man, that's one thing I got to say about. Well, first of all, I mean, kudos to you and the people that do it, because I mean, it's not for the weak, weak stomach, and I mean, you're just exposed to so much. But it really does. Especially when you're in that vulnerable position, just expose your humanity. To the fullest, and like having someone there to be comfortable with, and not freaked out.
Gaining their trust is like the that's like the main thing. Yeah,
absolutely. I lost my thought because I started rambling.
No, going back to the having a strong stomach. Because the other day we had 2 patients that had a bone marrow biopsy. So pretty much it's when the doctor has to go into their hip bone in the back, and then get a piece of their bone out. And then she was telling the doctor that was doing it, because I was helping her, because usually it's the doctor and then 2 RNs that help. And then we usually just assess the doctor. So we have like the lidocaine, the numbing cream, and then some vials to get blood in. But I was holding the patient down. Just it's not because he's they're trying to get out and run away, but just so when they put the drill into their bone, the body doesn't move too much, because they have to. So the MD has to mark where the bone is, and then put anesthesia just for the muscle area, the skin area, and then they get this big drill. It looks like a T. It's like it's not a drill like a machine drill. It's more of like
now that you describe it, I think I've heard something similar to this.
Yeah, it's like a T, and it's like a big thick needle, and it goes down, and you go down past the muscle into the bone, and then she can tell if once you hit the bone, because you can feel it. And then she grinds it a little bit to get inside deeper, and then from there she pulls out the needle, and then she gets syringe. Oof. And then get some blood and put it into the vials I'm holding, and then you have to do it quick, because if you don't, the blood coagulates fast. So if you don't get that sample, then it's kind of a waste.
Wow.
Yeah. So and then there's that, and then they have to get the piece of the bone out. So they have to go a little deeper and then take out the bone, and then you can see like the piece of bone, like a little white piece, and it comes out the needle. And you have to look at it under like a microscope, make sure there's no infection or anything.
Wow.
Yeah. So she was saying like they had one orientee nurse that was doing the same thing I was doing, and she said that she couldn't do it. Like she was holding the patient down, and then she ended up just fainting. Like she was like, she just fell back, and then she just fainted.
Wow.
And then they couldn't do anything because it's a sterile procedure, so you can't move. Because if you move, then infection can come in, you know?
Yeah.
So they couldn't, so she laid there for a little bit. So until, you know, they were done with the procedure. So yeah.
Is the patient under anesthesia at that point? Or we
give them morphine.
Okay, so they're like cautious while it's going on.
Yeah, it is. They're not sleeping. They're pretty awake. But the doctor was saying that they don't feel anything. The only time they feel is like when they put the needle through the muscle for the lidocaine to numb the area.
So it's pretty numbed up.
Yeah. They don't feel anything. Yeah. So it looks crazy, but it's not. They don't feel anything. They're more like, you know, just laying there.
And that's one thing I got to say, man. Like, pharmaceuticals and that whole realm's one conversation, but then medical innovation and surgeries is another. And it's undeniable how great the advancements of what they can do. Yeah. Like medically, even with my leg, they took nerves from
that's true.
that donor nerves from a part and moved them over.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like a mechanical thing, like you're moving something over here.
Exactly. It you know, shout out again to Dr. Mitchell Soria at the Los Angeles Nerve Institute, and have my foot work again. It's incredible. Like it's absolutely incredible.
Is it good now? Is it?
Yeah, you know what? Thank you for asking. Yeah, no, you know what? Honestly, it's a constant problem still.
Oh, so rehabbing, therapy, right, and everything.
Yeah, but it's to be able to do what I'm doing. Like I'm jogging again.
Oh yeah, it's a big
lightly.
Thing, yeah.
But doing the stuff I've been doing, like there was a point where it was unthinkable.
Right.
Like there's no way. How am I gonna? And I have to shout out physical therapy too, because that. And I actually had my physical therapist on this podcast.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. And shout out to Debbie and. Just it is amazing what can be capable.
Exactly. Yeah.
In terms of recovery or certain surgeries, it is amazing.
Right. So. Right. Yeah. It is. You know, it's crazy how you would think like, you know, hundreds of years ago, like how did they think of that? You know, they come to now. Yeah.
No, absolutely. It definitely it has its place, and so I mean, are you just seeing a variety of things every single day?
Pretty much, yeah. From there. Yeah, we see those kind of procedures. You know, people on ventilators, like a machine breathing for them. You know, nothing. Yeah, pretty much. So far, that's what I saw, but nothing crazy has happened yet. Sometimes you can hear like over, you know, throughout the what are they called? The little speakers on the
intercom.
The intercom, yeah, like you know, code blue, you know, room, whatever, you know, but you know, hopefully. Good thing nothing happened in our unit yet, but
so. Well, maybe you'll be able to give me some clarity. So when the initial injury was I dislocated my knee.
Right.
Which doesn't sound serious, but it's actually very serious.
Oh yeah.
And again, I don't even know their names, but God bless the doctors and everyone there at the hospital that day. The doctor came in and she told me, she goes, okay, we're going to move this back into place. We're going to I don't know what they gave me. It wasn't anesthesia. I was on morphine, but they gave me something else. And she said, it's like,
a pill?
You're going to be here, but you're not going to be here. It wasn't a pill. I can't remember what it was, but I remember I was like, I was out of it, but I knew I was conscious enough and I could feel the but it didn't hurt.
Oh shit!
But I felt them move it back.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah.
And I can't remember what that was. And
was it? It was in the IV, right?
I think it was in the IV. Yeah, it had to have been.
Don't I think? I don't know.
Unless they just gave me more morphine.
No, maybe they could have. I don't think they would, but I think they. I don't know.
It was something I can't remember. I'll have to look that up. But
it's okay.
And anyway, so. And I, you know, get out of the hospital. It was, you know, once they taught me how to get up out of bed, and it was very painful, but I'm like, okay, I can do this. Came here my first night. Again, shout out to Eric Jorgensen, who was on this podcast, who took me in and helped me. The first night I got here, I slept great. Right. And I realized, I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't going to be that, you know, that
not too bad
thing. But I realized next couple nights that morphine
went away. Yeah. They probably gave you some before you left, I think.
They did.
Okay, that's cool.
They did. For the first month I took it, and then I didn't. But yeah,
okay.
It was a month of just
Ooh,
it was bad, man.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure they give you strong ones too already, huh? But
yeah, and then it got to the point once like I felt like I could not take it, I just stopped because I didn't want to
get addicted to it.
Yeah.
And then,
so, but I say all that again, man. Like, you just to go through that process and just all my appointments and going through. Nurses are so amazing. Like, it's such an important role in society.
Yeah, especially in the hospital. Pretty much any medical field, I think.
Any medical facility. But like you're saying, like the ER or the front lines. And so take me back to the COVID time again, like, because you were in the medical field during then. Like,
but I was doing LVN that time.
Okay.
But I was in RN. I was in the RN school. So I was almost done during that time, but it wasn't too bad. It was mostly, online, but I still had to go to, the hospitals and stuff to do, actual skills. And
while this is all going on.
No, going on, yeah.
So what was the vibe like? Like, what was it?
What
was it like going into those places?
It was more stress. You can tell, like, everyone was just more stressed out. Everyone was less happy. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone was just more, like, down, It wasn't, not compared to now. Everyone's more, a little happier. But back then, everyone was just, like, depressed because everyone's getting sick, their family members. They just have to come to work. And sometimes they'll do 12-hour shifts, but back to back. So they'll 12 hours and then they'll go back home, take a shower, and then come back. And another 12 hours, yeah. So because
they wouldn't even get a break, really.
No, because there's no one to cover it because they were sick or something, or they didn't want to come in anymore. Yeah, it was pretty crazy that time. Yeah.
And still, while you're doing that, you're like, "This is what I'm gonna do."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was cool. It felt like you were more recognized that time. Like compared to working at McDonald's, no one really cared about you here, but now people, recognize you more. You get more recognition. I don't know. It feels better. Yeah.
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 What's your favorite part about being a nurse?
I think meeting all the different people, talking to them, making them feel better. Yeah, that's like the main thing I try to do, like the bedside manner and stuff like that. Try to talk to them, make them laugh a little bit, Yeah, because I know they're probably like, don't know what they're thinking, like, oh, where am I? What's gonna happen next? So it's good to give relieve all that off their shoulders and stuff, right?
No, it's good. It's funny as you're telling me, like, I'm having flashbacks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man, because I was the patient that would ask 10 million questions, just OCD about everything.
No, that's a normal thing to do. I'll probably do the same thing.
Like, well, what if this happens? What if this? What if that?
Yeah.
My temperature was a little higher when I came out of it. I'm like, what does that mean?
I'm like, oh no, it's too much. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like freaking out. They're like, it's okay,
Yeah, because they won't send you home if you weren't doing good, Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. That was one thing that gave me comfort. To say, okay, they're not going to just. If they thought you needed to be there,
they'll keep you there. Yeah, because we don't send anyone home if they're like, not stable. Unless they want to go home, like they have to sign like a form that they want to. It's like AMA, against medical advice, so they have to sign that form, and then I want to go home right now, and they can, But
so when we see in movies, like when the actors like, I'm out of here, I'm leaving, they have to sign that form.
No, they have to find that. They have to, yeah.
Like, no, you legally have to sign a form
to
leave this hospital. You just can't go.
You can't just leave, yeah. Because you can't just leave, and then they leave, and then they sue the hospital and they're like, oh,
why did you let me leave?
Yeah, exactly. But then if you have that form, like, oh, you signed it, so they can't do anything. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What's one of the most, for you personally, what's the most challenging part about the field?
It's nothing like that has to do with, I don't know. I think it has to do with more maybe talking to the families and stuff. Because usually they're more stressed out than the actual patient. They ask like 1,000 questions too, like, oh, what's happening? Nothing's happening. But yeah, trying to give that reassurance to the family is probably like the hardest part out of everything.
That's true. Like when someone's in a surgery or
yeah. Or like they're like they're not getting better. They're getting all these antibiotics and stuff, and they're like, oh, what's happening? How come it's not? Nothing's changing. Yeah. That's like probably the hardest part, I would say. But yeah, but other than that, it has nothing to do with like the actual skills or anything. Computer stuff, nothing like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's like what I could really think about. Yeah.
No.
Oh, maybe if like a patient's getting too sick or something, and you build that bond with them, and then they get sick or they pass away. That's probably like one of the harder parts too. Because they do say try not to have a connection with the patient, but it's still kind of hard, because you kind of see like, oh, what if this is my mom or my dad or something, that's probably like one of the hardest parts too. Yeah. Trying to like block out your emotions.
Yeah, but it's probably just hard. I mean, with that, it's hard, probably especially more because you got into the field to help people,
right? Yeah,
so you can't. I mean, the nurses are like they're not like we were talking about. They're not intimidated by blood. They're not intimidated, by the illness or the injury.
Exactly. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So they're able to, and they're the one people that can be there with you.
Like the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, I don't know her name. When I got hurt on the trail, I just keep bringing my injury up just to reference the field.
Yeah.
When I got hurt on the trail, I was at a woman who was a PA.
Oh, okay.
Came and like held my hand and just talked to me.
Right. Yeah.
Because she knew it was bad.
She's probably like, oh, it's probably broken.
And she was just staying with me. She was just staying with me. Like, hey, and that in itself helped me. Like, it's just so
like little stuff like that.
Just little stuff, but not everyone can do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
It takes a special type of person to go into these environments where you're going to see. I mean, the truth is, it's reality, right? Like we like to. That's one thing too. And that's why I have so much respect for the medical professionals in the community. It's like, you don't think about this stuff when everything's good. When everything's good, it's like you drive by the hospital, you drive by the medical offices.
Yeah.
And it's like, whatever, you know. But then when you're in it, like, oh.
So this is what's happening,
this is what's happening. And you get to see what this world is like and the importance of it. And like, so for you guys, it's like, to go in there and be that normalcy for somebody in a time of chaos.
Exactly, yeah. Especially in the hospital, there's always something happening that time in there,
Well, not even, and sometimes, especially if like you're in the ER or emergency room, sometimes it's not only just you, but you're hearing and witnessing everything around you.
No, yeah.
Like I remember hearing screams and other things, and like I'm just thinking like
you're in the ER, right? You went to
I was in the ER, and they ended up keeping me for 2 nights
in the ER or
hospital.
Oh, in the hospital. Okay,
they moved me.
Okay. They probably moved you to. I wonder where they moved you.
See, this was during peak COVID time, so this is what was crazy too. So in the hallway, I remember overhearing they were doing like I don't know if this is how it works where you're at, where like when the new shift comes on.
Oh yeah.
They have like a quick meeting.
Right, yeah, the reports and stuff.
And I remember the lead person saying like, "Hey, I know things are starting to get filled up, like with COVID and everything like that. And if my injury would have been like a week later, I don't know if I would have gotten the attention right away.
Oops. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, too, so when I went in, I hit it during like a low time, which was key because I was able to get in right away. They were treating me right away. I'm like, what if that would have happened when there's like lines out the door?
I know, that's the thing, yeah.
That would have been, I mean, did you experience or witness anything like that? Like,
not really. I haven't experienced it, but I heard a lot of stories.
You heard a lot of stories?
Yeah. Like right now where I'm orientating at, the preceptor I'm following right now, because that's when you just have to follow like another nurse that's been there for a while.
Oh, see how they learn the ropes.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was telling me that, during that time, it was pretty crazy. Like it would just be him and like one other nurse under the RN, and there'll be like 30 patients. And that was it. It was just them two. And then they have to run through each room, and just... and then they'll have like an iPad, and then the iPad would do FaceTime with the doctor. So then he would be like, okay, this patient here, he has this and this and this, and then he'll turn the camera around and face it to the patient, and then the patient will be like, just because the vent, the ventilation.
I couldn't talk.
Yeah, and then she'll be like, okay, we'll do this and this, and that's it, and then they'll run to the next room and then do the same thing, Yeah, it was pretty intense at that time. Yeah, and then while doing all that with with the mask and then the face shield with the full, what's it called? The full PPE on and everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was pretty stressful that time. Yeah.
Man, I remember this was someone that was I was in post surgery, getting transported somewhere, and I was asking them about it, and they said like the building I was in, they said they had to turn like. I'm paraphrasing this. It was like this, somewhere along this concept of they ran out of so many rooms. They had to go over to a next building and make new rooms. Turn those rooms into
like the COVID rooms. Exactly. Yeah.
So it's like, again, it's like it's not reality until it is, right?
Exactly.
And it's like you actually see it from the ground floor what's going on.
With
people and in your position, I mean, you every day. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you have to have some sense of gratitude too, right? Like knowing, like, and that's what I got. Like, was like, stuff can change quick.
Oh yeah. Like it can be, you be on your shift and you could be like, it's pretty, chill, and out of nowhere, it changes like in 2 seconds. There's just, I don't know, you have to be prepared for anything, pretty much. Yeah, and then also going back to the COVID unit thing, because my mom was an RN during that time. She worked in...
Oh, she was?
Yeah. She worked in Kaiser Sunset.
Oh, okay.
So by Children's Hospital.
I know where that's
like across the street. Yeah, she was there and she was saying like, they had... Because she worked in the cath lab. So pretty much before they go to get surgery and get a stent placed in their heart, in the artery. Yeah, they said they had to change the whole unit into COVID units. They had like 3 different floors of COVID, just COVID patients only. Yeah, and then they all had ventilators. They ran out of ventilators. Jeez. Yeah, and then they don't even know what to do. They're just, trying to make the best. Yeah. And then usually during that time, the family member couldn't even come. Then they would be dying. So the nurse had to be there, be there with them while they were there because they couldn't do anything. So and the family couldn't be there. They couldn't come and, be with the patient either. They couldn't breathe anymore. They're taking their last breaths, and that's it. Yeah. So it's pretty like heavy on the nurses too, and the patients as well, because I'm sure the patients can hear the other patients, yelling, screaming. Yeah. Pretty stressful environment. So. And
family wasn't allowed in there, right? Like
not even one, not even like your mom or dad, nothing. Yeah. Yeah. So that was like the main thing for the nurses, just be there with them at least. That's it.
Right, because that might have been the last person that they were with.
They ever see, in here and stuff.
Wow, this is heavy, man. But like at the same time, it's amazing how us as humans forget things so quickly. Now that things are quote unquote turning to some normalcy, but it's like, dude, within the last 3 years, that was going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 3 years.
This
was happening. So it's just it's a good reminder to like, hey, like a lot of people went through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Some more than others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like for the people on the front lines that saw it all the time, every single day.
Yeah.
It's like, man, they really saw.
Yeah. More traumatizing.
Right.
Yeah. Because people hear on the news and stuff, they're like, oh, 100, 1,000 people died again, but think about it, like 1,000 is like one unit in the hospital or something, that's like 1,000 patients. So like imagine this whole everyone just dying in that one floor of people, in one day.
Well, it's one thing to see it on TV and then you get used to seeing numbers and then they just become numbers on the screen. But then like when you're there and you're actually witnessing and experiencing it, then it's like, no, like this is for real.
Yeah.
Happening,
Yeah.
So, I mean, kudos to all of you, man. Shout out to all the nurses out there. And what do you, the future of nursing, do you see anything changing in the industry? Certain.
Maybe. I think, yeah.
Where's it going, do you think?
We were talking about that the other day. They said that I don't know, they're trying to do like AI stuff.
I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know how they would do that, but I don't know, it could happen. I don't know, but I don't see how a robot, like could go into the room and give that, a human experience to another human. Something. Yeah, I don't know.
Right. Or I guess a robot might be able to do some of the scientific part.
Right. Yeah.
But like you said, for that human connection,
it's not. I don't think it's possible. I can see it work for other stuff. Like they can make care plans that in like 5 seconds compared to like a person can.
Here's your post-op.
Exactly.
Here's your post-op list, your medication list.
Yeah. Here's what you can do. Here's what not to do and stuff. Yeah, so they can do that probably. It might be more efficient, more faster, but that's what I can see. The industry leading towards too. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but other than like replacing actual nurses, like physically, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right. You can't beat that human to human connection.
Yeah.
Especially in the times of like chaos and severe injury, illness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, maybe for a routine procedure of some kind.
Yeah.
Maybe, but still at the same time, it's like, I'm going to want someone looking over that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know about this. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it's going to be a while though. Nursing is always going to be there.
Yeah.
It's not going to go away for like a while. So
no,
yeah, because
you have good job security, man.
Exactly.
You're not gonna have to worry about a job.
That's what everyone says. Yeah,
you'll never have to worry about a job.
Yeah.
In fact, you're gonna have your pick of the litter of jobs.
Yeah. Just the other day when I was applying, I had like 3 hospital jobs like trying to get me, but I had to pay, there's like, but the ones I didn't pick, it was like more of like a little farther away, and then they're more night shift. I didn't really like night shift that much.
Oh, so your day shift?
Day shift, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. They said that was like that's more. You get lucky to even get day shift get picked for you. Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll just take it.
Now, you like 3 days on, 4 days off, or with your schedule, or?
It depends. Usually it's 3 days a week. So sometimes you could be working, like say Monday, then off Tuesday, work Wednesday, Thursday, or it can be off, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then work Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I remember talking to someone when they were in a nurse, and they said, it's a two-way street, right? Like 3 days to get 4 days off. Heck yeah. But they said those 3 days are a long, intense 3 days.
Yeah. It is. They are pretty long though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12-hour shifts.
Yeah. From 7 to 7. So it is pretty long. But usually when you're in the moment, because it's usually, fast paced. So the time flies like really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like next thing you know, like once you clock in, next thing you know, it's already 12. And you didn't even notice, and next thing you know, it's 5, and then you're already off. Yeah, so it goes by pretty quick. Yeah. And then other nurses, your coworkers and stuff, they're really, they help each other out. Like if you have a question, you can go to them. They're like really friendly.
So you guys are probably a close community.
Oh yeah. Everyone knows each other. Everyone's like really nice to each other. I haven't met anyone that was mean. They were saying that the bigger hospitals like Kaiser and like Cedars-Sinai and stuff, they said the nurses are more in their own bubble. So if they try to ask for help, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm busy," then they won't help you. Yeah, but this one, it's more like, "Oh, if you need help, they'll help you out."
Yeah.
They try not to let anyone drown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like the main thing. That's what I like about the smaller hospitals more.
Yeah, just a more intimate environment, I guess.
Yeah.
And then one last question about in terms of the whole nursing school process.
Okay.
What was that like? Like, was it something like, okay, this is pretty doable? Was it a huge challenge?
Yeah.
Because you were working that whole time too, right?
Yeah. It is pretty hard. Yeah, like the people who actually got their RN license already, they have to go through so much stuff. Like studying so much, test every week. And then it's not even an easy test. There would be like 50 question tests. And if you miss like 3 questions, you don't pass it. So it's like it's pretty.
You get to retake it if you don't pass it, or
no, you don't. You just keep that grade, and then you go to the next quiz.
All right.
Yeah. And then if you don't pass that class, you have to retake that class. But you move on. But then if you don't pass that next class, then you get kicked out of the program. So there's a lot of stress, like a lot of keeping this thing on track. That's like the main thing. Like a lot of stress, a lot of sleepless nights and stuff. Yeah, so whoever's trying to go into it, that's like the main thing that you have to look out for. But if you think about it, it's only 2 years you do that for.
And do you have to have all your prereqs going into it?
You don't have to. You can go straight.
So you can just go straight in.
You can, but it would just take a little longer. Probably instead of 2 years, it'd be like 3 years or something.
Okay.
Yeah, and it'll cost a little more, but it's cheaper if you go outside and get your prereq somewhere, community college.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for anyone wanting to get into this, go get your prereqs first, a community college, and then go in.
Yeah, unless you want to finish quicker, just go straight into it. But
yeah.
But it costs a little more though. But West Coast University wasn't. It was a good school. Yeah, the only thing is the price is a little bit high, but you get what you pay for. You finish quick, and you get your license, your bachelor's degree. So yeah, so it's a trade off.
Yeah. Yeah, well, congratulations, man.
Oh, thank you.
I remember was it a year ago that you?
Yeah, August of 2022.
I was at we were at the remember that LA prom thing we were at? In, West Hollywood.
Right, yeah. Uh-huh.
I remember around that time you were just getting to the finish line.
Yeah, I think I remember I told you. I think that was what time? When was that? Was that Halloween? No, right?
No, that was in the summertime.
That was last
summer. I think.
Oh, well, that was fast. Yeah, I thought that was like a long time. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I was like almost done. I was at my last class, I think.
I think I had mentioned, yeah, man, we should do a podcast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I think you're barely starting your podcast that time, right?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Right.
it was off and on. But
Right,
I'm so
uh-huh.
glad we didn't do it till now because I didn't have Eric here helping me behind the scenes.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's
Uh-huh.
trust me, it's way better we're doing it now.
It's better now. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel honored.
Because if not, we would have been like on Zoom or something, which would have been fine.
Oh, that's
but,
true, yeah.
But this is
Yeah.
way better
It
doing
is,
in
yeah.
person and everything like that. And
I like it, yeah.
yeah,
It's cool, man.
so yeah, man, it's like, again, I have to shout out you and your significant other.
Oh, yeah.
You guys, you meet those people in certain social circles that are the hosts.
Mm-hmm.
And you and your significant other, like you guys are the hosts.
Mhm.
And it actually, like in especially a place called Los Angeles,
Mm-hmm.
where everyone lives in apartments.
Mm-hmm.
No one has any space to do anything.
Right,
So when we
yeah,
first
yeah.
started going to your events and everything, man, it
Mhm.
was awesome. Like, oh, there's a backyard.
Right, yeah. I haven't seen a backyard before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, even where you're at now, you got
Mhm.
this place with all these amenities.
Now these
and it's just like,
amenities,
yeah, it's really cool, like how you guys have created this community,
Mm-hmm.
giving people like good social outlets.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like that's harder out here
It is, yeah.
because
Mhm.
people just don't have the space.
Right, yeah.
You either have to meet at like restaurants or somewhere else, but like,
Restaurants, yeah. Banquet halls or something. Yeah.
yeah, but to have spaces where people can congregate and meet, and
Mhm.
socialize
Mhm.
in a more intimate fashion without
Mhm.
having to quote unquote be in public.
Right, exactly.
It's
yeah.
it's nice.
It's different.
Have you always been that way? Have you guys always done stuff like that? Or
Yeah, more on the lines, yeah. Just because my mom, she has a house, so she would, we would use, the backyard mostly. Yeah, but I remember you were saying that, like when we first met.
yeah,
You were like, "Oh, this
It's
is
like
a backyard."
fascinating.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because you barely recently moved that time, right? I think. Or
you moved or I moved?
no, you.
I was in this place, but yeah, I had always been in apartments. Out here.
Okay, apartments. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I mean, it's really cool. Like we like him, hosting. Like, just everyone having a good time and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter what event it is. Usually birthdays, Halloween.
You guys did
Friendsgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, you did
Yeah.
the Friendsgiving thing. I thought
Mhm.
that was really cool too. Like you created like a space for people because not everyone was going to go home. Not everyone had a place to go, and like,
Right. Yeah.
you're just giving people like a place to like, hey, come celebrate this thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
With
Especially
us,
during
man.
that time, because a lot of people don't have families here,
Yeah.
so they're just there by themselves or with their partner, but they want to have like, a gathering like Thanksgiving, like everyone else with their families,
Yeah.
so it's good to have people come and, eat dinner and stuff, meet new people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a different experience.
Yeah, well, because a lot of
Mhm.
times in LA, what I've learned is people usually travel for Christmas,
Right.
winter holiday,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll stay for Thanksgiving because it's only 3 weeks
Oh,
apart.
that's true,
2
yeah.
plane tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go out of LAX twice?
Exactly. especially during that time, everyone's
Yeah.
doing that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh geez, to go to I wouldn't even want to think
I
about
know.
it.
That shit, flights getting canceled and stuff.
I'm bracing myself to take someone, and God bless their soul, taking them to LAX in about a month, but I'm preparing my mind for just dropping them off
Oh yeah.
at
yeah,
LAX.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even flying out.
It's not even. You're like, I don't know about this. Just buy an Uber.
Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
this is someone significant who helped me out. So it's
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
it's like yep, I'll do it.
Okay, yeah.
But for me, Burbank, like
Burbank, yeah.
dude. If you need to fly, man, like Burbank Airport,
It's
man,
like the best.
I cannot say enough about that airport.
And
And I'm not a huge connector flight guy. I like to take the direct when I can, but
Okay,
to me,
yeah.
it's almost worth it to just do Burbank.
right, yeah.
And then, okay, if I connect, I have to do it. So
Right.
be it. But dude, it's such a good, easy airport.
It is,
man.
yeah. It's the entrance from the end, like when you drive in, and then by the time you get to your terminal, it's like 10 feet.
Dude,
Yeah.
no joke. I didn't time it exactly, but I swear, 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10
I
minutes,
was
yeah.
there, dropped my bags off,
And that
with
was
the
it.
security, I was at my thing. And I'm
Yeah,
just like,
you're like, what's it? Oh wow, yeah, because me and a friend went to Vegas. Like it was like a last minute thing. We're like, oh look, here's some tickets. It was like $60 to get to Vegas. So we're like, oh, let's go to Vegas, and we used Burbank. And then I had some friends drop me off, and then it was crazy because once you walk in past the doors, you go through the TSA, and then from TSA, you're already at the terminal. And that's like like 5 minutes, and there's
Yeah.
no lines or anything. You're
Yeah.
just there. Yeah, yeah. And it's cool because it's different. It's not like where you walk into a tunnel, go to the thing. It's like you come out the door, and you have to walk through the landing pad and stuff. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. There is
Yeah.
like this feeling like when I go out and land, it's like I feel like a big shot. Like I'm at a private airport. I just got dropped off. And the reality is I'm on a Southwest flight at Burbank. But like, maybe for the gram, you post a quick,
like a private jet or something.
Put some flashy travel quote under it.
Exactly. I think I did that. But
did you really?
Yeah. But yeah, you have a point though.
Catch flights, not feelings, or something.
Exactly.
Like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or jet setter.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
That.
Yeah, that's true.
It is like a nice. Everyone's nice.
Right. Yeah.
Like at the airport, it's just laid back. But then when you go to LAX, man, I flew out of there once.
One time.
Totally different.
Right,
I mean, I can't say that was god awful, but it's just there's just a feeling when you're in big airports.
The comparison, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah.
So I can't remember what I started talking about Burbank Airport for, but
that's
was
true. Yeah. Me too. That's true. Yeah. No, but I remember. Have you been to the biggest airport it's in Texas? It's like the biggest airport.
Is it Dallas?
Yeah, I think it's Dallas.
I have flown through Dallas.
You flown okay, yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Yes, because I had to. Yes, it is giant.
Yeah.
I had a connector flight through there, and I remember I had to go a distance.
Yes.
Like sometimes on connector flights, you're right at the terminal.
Right. Yeah.
And it's right there. This is one. No, you're not even. You're not. You got to get to another terminal, whatever, like building.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And then the walking things, like to walk, it's not like there's like what do you call it?
Oh,
kind
the
like
walking things.
The walking things like speed you up a little bit. Yeah, because everything's so far apart that they need to add those in there. But
it's funny. I always used to kind of not put them down like, oh, I don't need that until I used it once. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I went significantly faster.
Yeah. Like no wonder people use these. Yeah.
So it's interesting. Like the more I've flown this year, like just you do get in a rhythm of it. And you do just notice like there's just certain. I'm just about the easy now.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be stressed out.
Yeah.
When I'm doing this stuff. And I still haven't gotten it where I bring just carry-ons. I'm a check bag person.
Oh, okay.
I can't.
I don't know how you do it, but
yeah.
Because I always bring just carry-ons, but
just backpack and
go.
Huh?
I mean, everyone just do that all the time.
Yeah.
But
well, that's smart. If you can do it that way, it's extremely boom. Right when you get to. Do you guys travel a lot? Have you guys done a lot of travel?
No, not really. Evelyn just went with Sarah, Devin's wife.
Oh yeah.
To Colorado. Yeah, it was Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where did they go?
Yeah, I forgot the area, but it was one of Sarah's old grow up houses where it was like the family house.
Oh,
so they can like it's paid off already, and then people can rent it, like use that house for whatever.
That's amazing.
Yeah. They said it was. Evelyn said she had like the best time of her life. It was really good. But she took carry-on bags that time.
It's I see why people like. I never was really into the whole like people say, "Oh, I got the travel bug," and it's like travel. I'm like, I don't want to travel, like, But when you do find a rhythm and you get kind of used to, like, okay,
it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Like Laura and I went. We just did a day, not by plane, but went to Santa Barbara.
Okay.
For just like a night
by plane.
Just drove.
Oh, just drove. Okay.
Yeah, but that's another thing about California. We just have so many things accessible. I'd been to Santa Barbara several times for work, but never had I been like for leisure.
Oh, okay. How was it?
It was great. Man, Have you ever been? Have you ever like spent
time? No. I heard people say it's really nice.
Yeah, it's really, went to the old Spanish mission, went to the courthouse there is incredible.
Oh, okay.
Spanish architecture. It's beautiful. Santa Barbara's a very old, beautiful city, and then you look at the real estate there, and you're like, oh yeah, you got to be really rich to live here.
Yeah, of course.
And then we ate down by the water. There's an art museum. It's worth your time.
Right.
You guys ever want to?
Yeah, we're looking into it, but we're just trying to see what part of it. And every time we look for Airbnbs, it's like kind of pricey already. It's like, oh well.
You know what? And I'm not slamming. Airbnb has its place.
Right.
Went to a nice one. Joshua Tree, that's another one.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah.
Went there, but sometimes I just want to do a hotel.
But
because the thing with Airbnb is worth it when you get like a couple couples or a few of you to get like a house or something.
A house, yeah.
But when you're doing like just renting like someone's garage or
something,
something like that, and then they're charging me this huge cleaning fee,
and
now there's all these rules on my checkout. It's like, I'm just gonna book a hotel.
Yeah,
like,
at this point,
so I can just check out and leave. And
that's true.
I'm not Airbnb has its place. It's very helpful to many people, but I've found personally, if I'm traveling with myself or a significant other, it's like Laura. It's just like I think I'm just gonna get the hotel.
No, especially now, like they're adding more.
There's more fees.
Yeah,
it's not as cheap as what it used to be.
Yeah. Like they'll be like, oh, here's a cleaning fee, and then there's a fee for the cleaning fee, and there's a fee.
Yeah. Here's our cleaning fee before you come, and here's another post cleaning fee.
Yeah, exactly.
And make sure that you turn off this. Like the one I was in. I mean, everything worked out, but I'm just like, you gotta make sure this is off, and this is off, and don't do this. And
take out the trash.
I was the host, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I was the one. It was on my card, so I'm just like, I felt this pressure like the entire time.
Yeah,
at a hotel. It's like,
I know you can do
turn my room key in and make sure.
Yeah. Your mattress could be like on the wall, you know. You don't even care.
Yeah. So it's
the big difference.
Yeah. It's a different, and that's what I learned. I'm like, you know what? When I travel, like I don't want to have to be worrying about that.
I know,
because it kind of took me out of the trip. It was like because I had to be the one to pay attention and make sure everything was put away. And people helped. Everyone helped.
Right. Yeah.
They saw that I was having a meltdown, so they go, "Hey, we'll do all this for you."
Yeah. No, that's true though. Yeah, because especially it's on your card, so they could just something broke, then they charge you. That's
and then you get reported to Airbnb or something like that. And now
you can't rent anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like all this pressure.
Yeah. So anyone traveling out there, hotels definitely still have their place.
No, definitely
in the marketplace for me at least. Because it's just easy. I don't have to think about it.
Think about nothing. Yeah,
you just give me a mini fridge and a microwave.
Exactly.
And I'm good to go.
Yeah, because you can bring as many people as you want into a hotel. No one really.
I mean, I don't think they're going to say too much, really.
Right, yeah. But it's not going to be like 100 people, but...
But I guess like doing like... Now, one thing I will say, like the Airbnb world, like houses did open my mind up to other places out there.
Right.
Like Joshua Tree, that's a place you got to rent a house. That's that business out there. There's so many people that have second houses. I mean, they're just every week.
Right.
People are coming in for Airbnbs. And then I looked up some places up by the Redwoods. And all this, and man, you can rent some pretty sick places.
Yeah.
Like that for a pretty reasonable price. I'm like, that's where you get 5 or 6 people, and like, hey, we're all gonna put down $100, $150, whatever it is, for a couple days, get a rental car.
And then the house is like super modern, like very modern, and then there's like, there's all these amenities in there. It's like a pool table.
Yeah. And that's what I do. And I guess I'll shout out Rose and Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
Airbnb, I have to. There are some hosts, they're quote unquote super hosts.
Oh, okay.
I was impressed. Like,
yeah.
So there's two sides of the coin. As much as I was stressed out about all the to do things, I was also impressed at the catering they do for the guests. Like, hey, we're here for this, and this. Open up the fridge. There's brand new this. There's coffee over here. Like, I'm just like, man, they really thought of everything.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, even because we had me and Evelyn had to go to New Mexico for one of her cousins' quinceañera.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then we got an Airbnb there for 5 days. And then it was a super host too. Yeah. And then they had like a coffee machine. They were like, "Oh, take as much as you want." They had sodas in the fridge.
Was it a house?
It was a house. Yeah. It was a big
yourself.
House. Yeah. We was house by ourselves, and then we had Evelyn's cousin sleep over also to the Airbnb.
Yeah.
And then people can come over if they want, like Evelyn's family and stuff. Yeah, but it was really good though. Yeah, and the houses there are so cheap because compared to like LA over there is like quarter of the price.
Devon's from New Mexico, right?
Yeah. I remember he was telling me. Yeah.
And I don't know if we brought this up with him, and I've had several people tell me this about New Mexico. It's like the last secret of decent real estate prices in the U.S. Yeah. Probably not for long, but it's still a place you can go and you can get a pretty decent house for your money. No, yeah, because that's where me and Evelyn were looking into. We were like, really? Oh, maybe we get a vacation home over there, Yeah, I didn't live over here, but the houses are very cheap. Like that, the one that we rented at, everything was updated. It was like a 5-bedroom, had 2 living rooms, had a pool table. It was huge. Gee, what part of the state were you in? It was close to El Paso,
Close to the border.
Oh, okay, right on the border.
Mm-hmm,
So you weren't like in Albuquerque or Santa Fe. You were on the edge.
More south, close to the border. Yeah,
gotcha.
El Paso. Yeah, but yeah, the houses there were like that house was like I think they said it was like 200 to 300,000. Yeah, and everything was updated. Everything was modern. Everything. So we're like, oh, that's not too bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting going. I've been traveling a lot more for work, and you do see like, oh, I could see myself living here. Every time I go, I'm like, yeah, I could live here. I could live here, but then I come back to Los Angeles.
Yeah, and like,
and I'm like, well,
yeah, there's nothing much to do over there, compared to here.
Yeah, I still like. It's like are there things that I would change here? Of course. Mm-hmm. But are there things that are here that aren't anywhere else? Of course.
Right.
And I just feel like I could envision too being one of those people that had something here,
right?
But then had, I don't know if the getaway place is the right term, but like
right,
having the other option,
right? The other option
as well for like your secondary residence,
right. Like you can go during the summers or something, Yeah.
And it's just there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's there if you need it. And if LA goes insane and it's the end of the world, I don't want to be here.
Yeah. It's your backup. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
That's true. Yeah.
But then again, like I do take myself like once I'm in these new places, like maybe for the first couple of weeks or month or this is cool. But then I'm like, man, I kind of miss.
yeah.
Being around the scene, if you will.
That's true. Yeah. Because if you think
access to the mountains, to the water, to
the stores, the
museums, the activities, and I don't even do all of them. Like
exactly, you just know it's there. But
it'd be nice just to have something like whenever we want to go there,
it's ready.
I got a place, to go there.
Yeah, because compared to like, that's what we were saying too. Because we like the busy, people, a lot of people around us, compared to like people who are like in the middle of nowhere and stuff. But yeah, because we're walking through the the Alexa NoHo West, the plaza, and we're like, oh, this is it's nice, because we can hear people talking, people walking around, like I felt like you're not alone kind of thing. So that's the feeling we like more, not really the living by yourself, and the when it gets nighttime it's like pitch black outside. Yeah,
in New Mexico.
In New Mexico. Yeah, but. It's still cool, but LA is still like the place for us.
Yeah. And again, if you're going to the election, drop Kyle McJimpson's name.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll get a referral code or something.
No, of course.
or you'll get a discount on your rent.
Yeah, I'll tell them about the podcast, and they'll probably be like, "Oh, listen to this podcast." Yeah, because they know me. Because I always talk to them, but so if they hear my name, they'll be like, "Oh, okay, hey, what's up?" Yeah. So. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Man. Dude, I love it. Well, dude, this has been awesome, man.
No, this is cool.
You coming on. Thank you so much for coming on. And is there anything else going on you want to talk about?
Not that I can.
Any thoughts on your mind?
Not that I can think of right now. Maybe, if your podcast gets bigger, let me know. I want to come back.
Yeah, dude. Of course. Yeah. That's what I really view this being, man. It's really just it's based upon people like I meet in real life, like you. Like this is a perfect example. Like it's like you and I just met through our, Evelyn and Laura, really, and their social circles. So I met you and Devin,
right,
through there, and then just naturally I talk to you guys,
right, yeah.
Every time I go, oh yeah, we have great conversation. And every time I remember, I always talk to Laura like when I'm going somewhere, like. Is Devin and Kyle going to be there?
Yeah. That's true, yeah.
Because you two were the first two at the first event I ever went to.
Oh,
that bar in Sherman Oaks, like they were doing like history night or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Trivia night.
The trivia night, yeah.
And you and Devin were the two guys there, and I went and talked to you guys. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, thank God they're there. Like,
at least he knows somebody. Yeah, that's good, yeah.
Yeah, but you were just two cool dudes, like right out the bat.
Yeah,
just, like, I really vibed with you guys good, and like it's crazy. Like I didn't realize I've known you for a year and a half.
I know it's been a while already. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it felt like a few months ago.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I'm just like, man, time just. That's another thing. The older you get, time just starts.
Yeah,
going.
It goes by quicker. Yeah, starts speeding up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll say, it's really you're a really cool, genuine guy, and thank you to you and Evelyn too, like for your. Being hosts and
of course,
starting a community and bringing people together, and I think that's meant a lot to a lot.
No, of course, yeah, we like doing it, so it's not a burden or anything like that. Like we have a good time too, you know. So
yeah, well now you got the
time.
election, so now it's going to be. I
No,
told
it's okay.
Laura after we went to your one that was in that first one.
Oh, the downstairs one.
Your guys, and congratulations by the way on your engagement.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
I can say. Yeah, it was your engagement party, right?
It was a engagement party. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, oh, now that these two have this thing,
I know
there's gonna be something going on all the time.
Right. Yeah.
And we live right down the road.
That's true. A few minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. So. So yeah, man. Well, I always give the guests the last word before I do.
Okay.
I don't know on the social media scene if you want people to follow you, if they want to get in hold of you, what is the best way for people to contact you?
I mean, maybe you can follow me on Instagram.
Okay. Graham's what people usually.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Instagram, KAI _ULE.
ULE?
Yes. So it's Kyle, but Kyle.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
So cool. We'll follow Graham. And Kyle, I always give the guests the last word. It can be absolutely anything. It can be something serious. It can be a recap of what we talked about. It could be something that's been on your mind. It could be a new restaurant you went to the other day.
Okay.
Absolutely anything. And if you just want to say peace out, we can do that too. Okay. What would you like to leave us with?
I'm getting married in April 2024. So April 14, 2024.
Oh, so there's an exact date.
Yeah, we have an exact date already. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, man.
Yeah, we're about to send out some save the date invitation. So
okay.
Yeah, so you guys will be getting one. Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be here in LA?
In LA, yeah, in Northridge. Northridge and Reseda, kind of close over there.
Oh, okay. So you already have everything.
Yeah, we got the venue, we got the DJ, and then the venue already has like all the catering and stuff like that. So
I know you two are already going to do it right, man. Like, I know that thing's already going to be, good to go.
Yeah. We're trying to make it.
Is it a ton of work? Is it
it's like every day is always something. Yeah, like trying to find like, decorations, a photographer. We need to find a photographer. So if anyone's a photographer, let me know. But
in Los Angeles?
In LA, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's like the main thing we need right now. But yeah.
So what do you need again? You need a photographer?
A videographer. If they do the both same thing, that'd be cool.
Both the same thing, videography?
Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, a wedding coordinator. We also need one of those too.
Wedding coordinator.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so far that's pretty much it. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more stuff later, especially when it gets closer. There'll be a lot more stuff.
I would love it if at least one of those roles got filled from you doing this podcast.
Oh, no, I know, right? I'm going to make sure and be like, oh, thanks to, whoever, whoever's
like
here.
Sam Dever podcast, just making one move at a time.
Exactly, yeah. He won't be here without you, Sam Dever.
Yeah, well, congratulations to you, man. I think it's a beautiful thing. And it's going to be a beautiful wedding. And
thank you.
There's just certain couples too, like, it's just like, how do you say it? Like you set the tone. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's like, Kyle and Evelyn, man, their wedding's gonna be, the engagement party was dope.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, the wedding's gonna be dope. You're not gonna want to miss that one because no stone will be unturned.
Yeah.
There'll probably be a photo booth. There'll probably be
There's gonna be catering,
good food.
Exactly. Yeah.
Save the date.
Exactly. Save the date. Don't forget.
Awesome, man. Well, yeah, maybe. April 14th. That's less than a year, right?
Yeah, less than a year. April, May. Yeah, like in 10 months.
Oh,
about 10 months. Yeah.
Well, if we don't get part 2 in before then, maybe you'll be a married man the next time.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I have more experience, probably more stories to tell you guys. But yeah.
Come in and give some wisdom, share some wisdom.
Oh yeah, there you go.
For the, if you don't mind me asking, how long have you two been together?
8 years.
8 years.
Yeah. So it's been some time. We got together in we knew each other in high school in 2015. But we didn't talk to each other. Yeah. And then when we got out of high school and started going to college, we started talking more, and then, I just asked her if she wanted to be my girlfriend. And that was pretty much it after that. Yeah.
That was it, man.
Yeah. Of April 2015.
How did you propose? Like, when did that happen?
My cousins were in town. And then, Evelyn didn't know they were coming. So it was kind of like a surprise to her, like, oh, what are you guys doing here? And then I proposed to her in the gardens, the Descanto Gardens.
Where's that at?
Oh no, sorry, not the Descanto, the Huntington Park, Gardens.
Huntington Library?
Huntington Library.
Oh,
there you
dude,
go.
that
Yeah.
place is amazing.
Oh yeah, that's really
The
nice.
Japanese garden?
There you go. Yeah.
Dude.
yeah. That's where I proposed to her there. And it was really nice.
It's pretty boss, man. Like,
yeah.
No joke. When I went to by the way, if you're ever in Los Angeles, like the Huntington Library is legit.
Right.
I went there, and then they were saying, "Oh, you gotta go check out you're going through the exhibits and all that.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the Japanese garden.
The garden, yeah.
I'm thinking like, oh, okay, I'll be like a little section, dude. It's like you walk into another world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was like blown away. I'm like, what the heck is this?
I know. There's a lot of history behind it too, and everything. Yeah. It's really beautiful. It's not
good play.
Yeah. Good play.
That's probably one of the best places in LA you could do it. Like,
yeah. Because I didn't want to do anything like too much like out in the open, like where people are watching us.
Like Griffith Park outside the Hollywood sign. Right?
Exactly. On Hollywood Boulevard or something. Yeah. But but
it's more private. It's more intimate.
Exactly. Yeah.
People are like just doing their own thing.
Yeah.
In front of the Beverly Hills sign where everyone's taking photos.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Or like in Disneyland or something.
Disneyland. Yeah.
They're proposing there.
I guess that's a popular one.
That's a popular one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Good for you,
she loved
man.
it. We all loved it. So.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's all history.
Yeah, well, it's beautiful, man. And thanks again for coming on.
No, thank you.
And again, congratulations on becoming an RN, on the engagement. You're a really cool cat, man. And I really enjoy talking to you. And I look forward to the next time we do this.
No, yeah, of course. And I love talking to you too. It's like really easy to talk to.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, it's nice when you come in your life journey, when you come across people and you don't know where you meet them or how, and you just randomly meet them and start talking. That's kind of what this podcast is.
That's what I was about to say too. Like I like the podcast you're doing because it's not like like famous people or anything. It's just like regular people that have their own lives. That have their own lives and their own own lane and stuff. And then you just kind of come in and then just ask them what they're doing, pretty much. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah,
thank you for that. And that's another clip right there. What we
oh okay,
because part of what like we're to that stage now. We're trying to figure out like what this is.
No, yeah,
and I think you just nailed a lot of it. Like that's what you just said. That's very true because like I told someone, I'm like, you look at all the top podcasts, and I listen to a lot of them, and it's like they bring the same people on, and they have the same conversation over and over. Well, what's the point of trying to do that when just 10 people are already doing a podcast with that? Sure, you're going to get tons of views. Sure, you're going to get, but I'm like, I'd rather talk to people that people don't know. I know, and record it. Yeah, because I enjoy our conversations.
Right. Yeah.
And maybe someone will just want to listen in.
Exactly.
And what was great about this one tonight was, I mean, you're the first person in our end. Like,
right.
Dude, that is a field because a lot of times we've had a lot of artists, actors, and again, nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Amazing people to talk to as well. Course, but it's like, it's refreshing to talk about something that, whoa, this is like a totally different universe.
Right. Yeah.
Here. And it's something that I don't relate from like doing the job like you do, but I relate from going through a major injury where I was dealing with a lot of nurses constantly.
That's true. Yeah. Especially on that note, like because you have different backgrounds, different experiences coming in. You're learning more, so it helps a lot. Yeah.
So thank you for saying that because that gives me good perspective. Moving forward.
No, I like it. Yeah. It's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, take care, and I look forward to seeing you at the next event you guys host.
No, you too. Yeah, then I'll definitely see you at the wedding. And
then, I'll see you before then. But
for sure. Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have a few events at the election.
Oh yeah. I think that my birthday is coming up. I think we'll do something there. Yeah. So you have to. It's gonna be on the July 15 maybe.
It'll be on a weekend
Saturday.
probably, right?
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
Just let us know.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's probably the next big thing we're probably gonna do. But
cool.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know for sure. All
right.
Yeah.
Sounds good, my friend. Thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you.
All right. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the Sam Dever podcast. Be sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you watch the podcast, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@the Sam Dever podcast.